This game has like a wild, surprise announcement from not any company that we're technically familiar of with like the modern day, like your Capcoms, like your Arc System Works, like your Bamcos, like your NetherRealms, or things like that, right? No, it's from SEGA, right? You need to cue the, what was it, the SEGA, the old school SEGA intro. SEGA! Because Virtua Fighter 5.
What?
Or just Virtua Fighter. We get a Virtua Fighter in 2024, right? Let's watch this like trailer because pretty much Virtua Fighter is technically part of like the what was it? The Sega the Sega like rise of revitalization from their IPs and not just mainly sticking to Sonic and Yakuza. They are in the talks of bringing back other IP titles that Sega has locked away in their closet and are planning to bring them back in some way, shape, or fashion. We saw them at the Game Awards, right? With the Sega Classics collection that was announced at the Game Awards, I think like last year. So it's really dope. And there were a lot of talks between last year and to like now that Sega is planning to bring back those shits back, and one of them is Virtua Fighter, right? Yes, this is, for anybody that doesn't know, Virtua Fighter is classic fighting game franchise that rivaled back in the day Tekken and Soul Calibur. It was Sega's baby in terms of FGs. The most popular ones being Virtua Fighter 1, which was at the time frame the start of the 3D fighting game era, and it continued all the way to like Virtua Fighter 5, right? You got a whole squad of characters, you got memorable characters like Akira and Jackie and Sarah Bryan, Wolf Hawkfield, El Blaze is one of them, Rey Mysterio ass. Virtua Fighter is one of those like classic fighting game series, but then it died down later in the franchise's lifespan because of the things with like, you know, Sega and the way they were just like handling their IPs and just only focusing on a very like limited few, a la Sonic and Yakuza, right? When Sega announced like a revitalization of their IPs back last year, which included, you know, it didn't announce Virtua Fighter, but it did announce Space Channel 5 making a comeback, Jet Set Radio making a comeback, Crazy Taxi, Golden Axe, Shinobi, right? So many classic like IPs as part of like a Sega like hits collection, right? There were rumors and talks about like, you know, Virtua Fighter like sparking the FGC's mind to like, you know, when's VF? When's the other king of VF, right? Because right now, like, the only 3D fighter, which is like the only one, is Tekken. And I'm not saying anything, of course, you know, as I always say, I don't mean to sound anything bad for Tekken, but it is the only one right now. Even Harada said that like it's very like somber and saddening to see that only Tekken is the one 3D fighter. He would love to see Virtua Fighter come back. He's very passionate about it. And so, lo and behold, we got this shit now, right? We got Virtua Fighter 5, which, you know, technically came out 2-3 years ago. Virtua Fighter 5 technically came out 2-3 years ago, and it was called Ultimate Showdown. Came out on PlayStation Plus as a free game. I still have it on my PlayStation, right? I got it for free because I was a PlayStation Plus member. I don't know how much time has passed. right? I do have it. Though technically not, because like I got it locked. I have it like locked because I don't have PlayStation Plus anymore. But it was a PlayStation Plus free game, monthly free game, and it was like the main game, and everybody was playing everybody and their mama was playing VF. We got a new, technically new Virtua Fighter trailer, right? And this was called Virtua Fighter R.E.V.O, right? Step into the ring with R.E.V.O. R.E.V.O based on VF5 Ultimate Showdown. Gives player optimized gaming experience in their quest to become the world's greatest fighter. Basically what it is rollback netcode VF. Up to 60 FPS. Gameplay, balance adjustments, and more. So this is like... This trailer just sparks like... this is like... Guilty Gear Accent Core, right? That old school Guilty Gear game, but with the plus R update, right? Which adds like rollback netcode, which kind of like is like a precursor to like, you know, Guilty Gear Strive rollback netcode, and it serves and it functions very well. But yeah, we got a new Virtua Fighter, and it feels like the signal to something more. SEGA was in like in an interview, or one of the people who works at SEGA said that are you planning or was asked by an interviewer, are you planning on bringing back more IPs than just the ones that you shown off at the Game Awards a year ago? Yes, and one of them they specifically said was Virtua Fighter, right? They specifically said Virtua Fighter. That's like, in a way, acknowledging that, yo, SEGA has not forgotten one of their babies. Virtua Fighter is boiled down a very down to earth, in a sense, fighting game. Strictly on fighting. There are like wall bounces. There's nothing crazy like long juggle strings like like Tekken, nor are there like any weapons in a la like a Soul Calibur. No, like nothing like that. This is just pure as fuck fighting, right? There's no like special effects with like any of these characters. They are all very like real hand-to-hand like combat, right? And of course everyone has different styles, from like jujitsu, taekwondo, karate, drunken fist, so many. But this is the less like expression, but more on just like the fighting, right? Which is very much charming. It's comparatively speaking to Tekken, this is the less expressive Tekken, right? I mean, Tekken is more expressive, right? With all their effects and stuff like that, with heat and things like that. No, this just keeps it simple and pure, right? So essentially, Virtua Fighter 5 R.E.V.O is technically a repackaged update of an recent game that happened like 2 years ago, but it comes like out of nowhere, and like this kind of is signaling a spark or some like insight to a lot of people, especially Virtua Fighter fans, that they're throwing out a trailer for a game that was out on PlayStation as VF Ultimate Showdown, and is getting the rollback netcode update. I don't think this is like Sega's like making like a new game, right? This is like their new game. That's what I mean. But this could be hinting that Sega could be like in the works of making a new Virtua Fighter. right? I'm not a big Virtua Fighter fan, right? I'll say that. I'm just not like a big 3D kind of guy. I always like more 2D, but the fact that like, you know, VF, right, hasn't had any like limelight or is not recognized enough is very criminal. I have a few of my friends that are really into VF. I know like a streamer friend of mine that is super into VF, but the fact that this is not well recognized in the in the league as like Tekken, they really have to like do something that makes that if they're making a new VF, how are they gonna make it explode? How is it gonna rival Tekken? Like, is it going to, you know, compete against a well-known franchise? You know, things like that. But I'm glad that like Virtua Fighter is getting like, you know, some breadcrumbs here and there, right? We got like a new update with rollback netcode. I might even like try out this game again, right? I might even try out this game again. It was so fun. I just had to get PlayStation Plus, but I think it's like coming on Steam, right? Yeah, it is coming on Steam. Yeah, it launches on Steam this winter. Yeah, it's right here. I gotta add this to my wish list. Oh, you must log in. Fuck. That's the web browser version. But there are like some signs, not like, you know, well, I don't know. I'm not a big, huge VF like kind of guy, so I can't really say with much optimism and oomph that like some stars are aligning type shit. Right? We can say like some stars are aligning for like a potential Marvel 4, but yeah, we could say stars are aligning for this, right? It's an update for like VF5, which got like a PS update, and then is getting a Steam/rollback netcode update. So it's like, something is going on here. Sega gonna pull out something in the Game Awards? You know, that's what I'm thinking at. But I'm super excited. I'm willing to like try it out again. You know, gotta settle on a day to learn VF. Maybe get like some homeboys to play like some VF. That would be really fun.